Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Dave and this is Under 40 Yards. Welcome to the off-season episode 2. Sawyer and I find ourselves at our favorite training grounds. We come here a lot of weekends, spend time doing drills, working on some water retrieves. Out here you can shoot live birds if you have the proper licensing, but this is a great place to talk about the new to me Dogtra QL2 bird launch system that's paired with the Deluxe remote and transceiver. This trap is, they have two different sizes. This is the QL2 size, which is your quail and pigeon size. They also have a QL1 that's for larger birds like pheasant and chukar. But I think this is probably the most common one that's used out there today. So I'm going to go through some of my first impressions with the system. Won't do any live bird demos with it, but some of the features, how it works, what do I think of its functionality, and let's get into it. So my first impressions of when I took this thing out of the box is, man, this is a hefty unit. It is built really, really well. I mean, I got to believe that this is definitely on the very, very premium side of these launchers in the industry. And I was pretty impressed with its construction. It's super simple to put together. Basically, there's just 4 bolts that hold it all together. It comes nicely packaged. These 2 sides get bolted together. You assemble the sling, and then the spring system over here. You clip those on. Everything else is ready to go. The launch system, our Deluxe, if you pair it with that. This system is like a lot of Dogtra stuff, really, really well built, tough, very similar to their handheld units for their e-collars. The launcher here goes on very simply. It has like 2 bayonet slots that these 2 pins slide into. Whoops. And then this 3.5 millimeter goes in the side, and that's what actually actuates this solenoid over here, and when you push that button it launches the system. So when you load the system, you'll have a bird in there. In our case, let's take this hockey ball, street hockey ball. We'll put that in there and flip this guy over, and this little bearing is the guy that rolls off and does all the work after this lever gets launched. Now you do have this safety here. That's a good idea if you're loading it and then carrying it into the field, or what I'm doing right now. I don't want it to go off in my face or the dog. You can load that safety in here just for a little added protection. But yeah, the QL2. Now they have a bigger one, QL1, which is it's probably this much longer. It'll hold a pheasant and a chukar. This QL2 size again is meant for quail, pigeon, which I think probably is probably the majority of the market using out there today. But there sure are a lot of quail. You could probably, some of the smaller chukar you could probably fit in this thing. I don't know. But the launcher also comes with this adjustment tool, and I'm just going to unload this thing. And this adjustment tool essentially is the tension on the springs, and that's how far up or how much load is going to be on that sling, and how high it's going to launch that bird. So I guess that's up to you, trial and error. Maybe you start somewhere in the middle, but you can see you just keep tightening it up, and it pulls those springs down. Pretty simple. It's pretty quiet. I launched it a few times, and the launcher doesn't make a lot of noise, which is good because some dogs could be sensitive to that. First time seeing a bird and this thing makes all kinds of racket. It's pretty quiet, so I like that. So you can tell the premium construction you're going to get with it is the quietness, and it's just well built. It is pretty hefty, so I think probably carrying it around in the field a lot, I don't know, might get a little bit heavy, but I guess it's not that big a deal. But other than that, it's a really sound system. These guys have they have some beeper and duck tone. So I assume the beeper's like if you want to find it. So you've put it out in the field maybe and you kind of forgot where you put it. You can set this tone. Let's turn that on. And then the beeper, it's really loud. Woo! So you're going to be able to hear that thing way out in the field and keep yourself from losing the thing. And it also has this duck call feature. I guess that's for all the waterfowl guys. Sawyer seems to like it. Overall, pretty nice feature, and it's a pretty nice system. I really like it, and I think we'll get years and years of use out of the thing. So let's put some stuff in it and fling it in the air and see what happens. So I've got it here in my hand, and just to go over that safety feature again, that safety pin, it's right here in the side, and just a good idea when you're carrying it to have that in there so you don't accidentally trigger it and launch yourself in the face. So I'm going to do that. Let's take it out here and see how it does. So I don't know how far away this launcher will go. I imagine it's a long ways, but probably doesn't really matter because if you're working dogs and birds, you're going to be working up close. So all right, one thing to remember is pull that pin out before you walk away from it. That safety pin. So let's give it a launch. I'd say the springs are probably up about 1/3 tension on here, and let's launch one. So it launched that thing up, I don't know, 15 feet, that street hockey ball. It's probably about the same weight as a quail, but of course a bird's going to keep flying. Works real smooth. Let's try another. We'll do a slow motion launch for fun. Let's see what that looks like. Let's hit it. Fetch it up, bud. Come on. Good boy. Let's try that beeper locate feature again, see if we can hear it from here. I don't know if you can hear that. That's loud. So you'll definitely be able to find this thing if you've put it out in the field and maybe you forgot to put a flag next to it, or you don't have a flag. The duck call. I guess that's kind of fun, but so that does it for our quick overview, first impressions of the Dogtra QL2 bird launch trap and the RR Deluxe electronic remote system. And if you want to save some money on this system, use my affiliate link below or the code you see below on Dogtra.com. It only works on Dogtra.com, and anything you buy over $200 or more, you'll save some cash. You can buy this same QL2, you can buy the Pathfinder 2, some of their other e-collars, the new 280X, 1900X. They got a lot of new products out. Dogtra makes some good stuff. So if you use that code, it helps me, helps you, helps Sawyer, helps everybody. And also don't forget about the merch store that you'll see a link for below, the Under 40 Yards merch store. We got some new designs. October 1, our favorite month, really when we get into it, at least as far as I'm concerned, is why not celebrate the month of October with some October 1 gear. So we'll see you next time on the off season. Hope you have a great training summer.